guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to go ahead and go over the IVF medications with you guys. I hope this doesn't scare anyone that's doing IVF, but I researched IVF a lot, and even I was kind of overwhelmed when these medications came in. And I'm going to show you guys kind of how I keep track of what I'm taking. And then at the end of this video, I want to talk to you guys about a giveaway that I'm going to be doing since I just hit 2,000 subscribers. So that will be at the end of this video. So with IVF, there's kind of the oral medication you take, and then obviously there's the actual injections. So I have everything kind of like laid out right here beside me. And every week, pretty much from the start, I had to take birth control, and I have about 8 or 9 days left of birth control. But during the time that you're on birth control, you're also starting to put in some antibiotics. So we'll start with the birth control, and I'll show you guys just kind of what it looks like, although I'm sure most of you already know what it looks like. But for me, it was new to me since I had never taken birth control before. So once I go over all of my oral medication, I will show you guys the injections and stuff, because that's the part that's really gonna overwhelm me, I think. And I think it's gonna be hard for me to kind of get in that routine. So, okay, this is what my birth control looks like. It's called Isabloom or something like that. It just comes like this, and I'm sure, again, this is very familiar to those of you who actually have taken it. And then they did have to send me 2 more kind of extras in the mail, just because they weren't gonna make me take and fill a whole new prescription just for the leftover days, because depending on how your cycle falls, you go take it from 3 to 4 weeks. So after being on this 4-week, I started what is called azithromycin, which is like a Z-Pack. It should have been Augmentin, however, I'm allergic to Augmentin, so when I started the Z-Pack, my husband actually started his Augmentin, and we did that for the whole 2nd week that I was on birth control. Now, this week starts my 3rd week of being on birth control, and they have me on something that is called Flagyl. Now, this is supposed to make sure that there's no kind of infections like in your lady parts, and it's just preventative, so you can go ahead and get things started as far as the week after this. These pills, you guys, are huge. It was a little hard for me to swallow this morning. I don't do the best with large pills, and even prenatals I have to take gummies. I just can't do the big pills. You also cannot drink on these. It will make you violently ill if you do drink on them. Even after you stop taking them, you have to wait, I think, like 3 to 4 days, because you will become very sick. And they warn me not to even cook with wine if you're making any sauces, just to be careful. So those are the things that I'm kind of currently on as far as like medication wise. I will show you guys the vitamins that I also take daily, and then after I get through the vitamins, I will show you guys what medications I'm going to be taking in the future, a little after I'm done with this part of the IVF cycle, and then I'll show you the injections. But also every day, so as of right now, this week, I'm taking every single day a birth control pill, one of these Flagyls, and then I'm also taking a prenatal vitamin, CoQ10, vitamin D, aspirin, and a melatonin. Now, these are all things that I kind of researched to look up just on my own, and then when I found kind of what I wanted to take, I asked my doctor about it, and he was fine with it. So I definitely recommend asking your doctor before you just like assume it's gonna be okay. But the prenatal vitamins that I use are the Vita Fusion ones. They're gummies, and they look like that, and they taste really good. They have the DHA and the folic acid in them, which is why I chose them. They're the ones that were recommended to me from the ladies on the IVF support group that I am in. These CoQ10s, or some people take what's called ubiquinol, these are supposed to help with your egg quality, so I'm taking 3 of these per day. These are also gummies that look like this, and they're peach flavor, so they taste really good. This is my vitamin D vitamin, and I take 4 of these a day because they want me on 2,000 milligrams. So 4 of these is 1,600 milligrams, and then there's the other 400 milligrams is in my prenatal vitamin. They also want you on a Bayer aspirin. This is one that we were told we had to be on. And these are super actually good. You just put one in and chew it up and it tastes just like oranges. And then this melatonin is also supposed to help. I think it's egg quality, but it's 5 milligrams and I know it makes you sleepy. So obviously this is taken at night along with the rest of the ones that I take. But again, some of these were just ones that I looked up on my own and were recommended. And so I asked about taking them. Now I haven't gotten to take any of these medications yet, but I'll just tell you guys about them. The first one is dexamethasone, and I believe that I'm taking it when? So I will start taking that the week that I start doing the stomach injections, and it looks like I will be on that for about a week and a half on that one. And they also sent me a progesterone. It looks like it's a suppository. I'll show you guys what it looks like. I don't want it to like start dissolving or anything. It looks like that. And this says that it is supposed to be inserted vaginally the morning of the embryo transfer. And then this one is just a Valium that they want you to take the morning of your embryo transfer as well, just to keep you calm. And then that will cover all of the medications currently that I have taken or will have taken. So here they are right there. There's kind of the stash that I have. I am still working on kind of my organization, but as far as these go, since my husband and I both take the vitamins, I just have them over here. And I was doing a dry erase board, but somehow my marker has walked out and gone missing, probably thanks to my almost 4-year-old. But every week I make kind of like a chart on what to take because there is a lot to take. So in the morning I take my birth control and whatever antibiotic I need to be on. And then at night I do all the vitamins, the aspirin, and then I'll have to take another antibiotic at night because it's twice a day this week. But I just made this kind of little chart, and I'm sure whatever you guys do, if you've done IVF, works just fine. But I just have the AM medications, and then I have a check mark by whatever day of the week it is. And so I fill in the top part of the box in the morning and the bottom one in the evening, just so I can keep track of what I've taken. And if my husband notices, hey, this morning you forgot to take your medication, we can figure out how to get me the medication. This is just kind of what works for us. And I just keep it over here by them. I do just keep all the medications out on the counter, kind of pushed back a little way so I don't ever forget. Because in the rush of the morning, especially when you have a child, it can be easily overlooked, and I'm trying to be very serious and make sure I take what I'm supposed to take. So now I'm going to show you guys all the injectable medications. And during the class, I was a little bit confused on how to do all this. So I'm gonna have to kind of rewatch all the videos, but I will show you guys everything just so you kind of know what I'll be taking. So this is all the refrigerated stuff that I have. And then the rest of it I still have in the box until we can figure out kind of a better organizational type thing. I think we're gonna do the clear kind of pull out drawer things. And then for what I have to take in the morning, I'll go ahead and put in individual baggies. So that way if I'm in a hurry, I can do it as fast as I can and already have everything kind of put together. So as far as when I start the stomach injections, I'll be taking what is called Gonal F. You either do that or Follistim. Because we're self-pay or paying out of pocket, Gonal F just has a cheaper self-pay discount. So I have how many boxes here of that? I have 1, 2 boxes, 3, 4 boxes. So these 4 boxes, not these 2, but all these are the Gonal F. And I'll just show you guys, excuse me. I'll show you guys what it looks like without disturbing it too much. It's just a pin like this, and then it has the little needle heads in it, which makes it, I think, easier for me because you just kind of dial the pin to the amount and then you just kind of do it. Which the easier the better. I'm more about convenience, especially when you're having to do this all the time. And then the other thing that is in here is called Cetrotide. This is very important because this is what keeps you from ovulating before they go in to retrieve your eggs. So obviously you're creating all these follicles and all these eggs. and your body's gonna be like, oh, I need to ovulate all these, but they don't want you to do that because they're trying to go in and get all these eggs. So this is one that you have to mix with powder and inject, and you're doing this, I forget how many days, but this is an added injection, unfortunately. So typically you're doing 2 injections a day. When you start Cetrotide, you're doing 3 injections per day. And I know when you do your trigger shot, you will have probably done a 4th injection. So it just seems like every day you're adding another injection. And that's kind of why I feel a little bit overwhelmed, because the actual calendar for the stimulation week is going to like probably overwhelm me. But the last 2 things that are refrigerated is called Ovidril. These are the 2 trigger shots that actually you also inject in your, I think these are in your stomach as well. I'll have to check on this. But once you inject it, you have to go in a certain number of hours later. I think it's between 33 and 36 hours later. So this tells your body, yes, go ahead and ovulate. So as far as in this, this is the Menopur. This is what I believe I'll be injecting at night. So the Gonal F in the morning and this Menopur at night. I hear this one burns like the Dickens. So I've kind of been trying to figure out how to do it the best way without it hurting as bad. And I think they say if you heat up your stomach or if you ice it. I cannot remember. Also, all of this came in the box, and these right here are the needles for the progesterone and oil, which are these right here. These are vials of the progesterone, and I believe it's in a sesame oil. And I will take one out and show you guys. I haven't even looked at this one yet in real life, so I'm in for a real treat here. Let's see. Yeah, looked real thick. So this is kind of what the vial looks like of progesterone. Hopefully it's focusing for you guys. Okay, so I'm assuming you just take this lid off and then put the needle in. Now with this one, there are certain needles that are a lot bigger for you to actually draw these up with. And then the smaller needles are what you actually inject it into your kind of gluteal muscle with. You won't want to do the same needle that you're drawing it up with because it would be extremely painful. And let's see here. Yes, so this one right here literally says use only to draw the progesterone. And then these are the Menopur needles and syringes. I'm sorry, this is just so much. And the last thing of this that I will show you are these Vivel patches, Vivel dot patches. Let's see if you can do it there. Yeah. Now these you actually put on your skin. It's a patch. You leave it on for 3 days at a time. I want to say this is for the estrogen that you want your body to be on. I could be wrong, but I think I remember that's what it was. And so you want to keep it somewhere like inner arm, on your stomach, somewhere that you can just keep the patch on for 3 days and not irritate it. And then on day 4, you just change the patch out. And I believe you're doing the Vivel patches as long as you're doing the progesterone shots in your backside. So I think until you're 12 to 13 weeks pregnant. So there is just the overview of the medication, all this being refrigerated, this being in what I'm going to put in my organizational drawers. And then the last thing in the box are these Sharps containers. There's 3 of them, and of course, quite a bit of alcohol pads. They did send more alcohol pads as well in the other Sharps containers. But obviously you want somewhere to put your needles after you're done doing your injections. And luckily for me, I work in a doctor's clinic, so I can just take those into my doctor's clinic. Otherwise, I know that we can take it to our fertility clinic and they will dispose of them. Or you can take your needles and put them all into a laundry detergent empty container. Fun fact, you can also do that. I forgot to mention they also put in some Hershey's Kisses in there, and they say to take one after every injection, so I definitely plan on following that order as well. Okay, that's the end of this video, but I wanted to talk to you guys about the giveaway very quickly because this video is going to be pretty long as far as what the time on my screen is telling me. But I hit 2,000 subscribers, and just want to say thank you to all of you. I know I'm still a small channel, but I'd rather have a small channel with a very kind community and nice commenters than a really big one where everyone kind of bickers all over the place. So thank you guys so much. I really want to do a trying to conceive box for the winter. So if you are trying to conceive now or plan to be in the near future, or you've been trying to conceive for a long time, you're doing IUI, fertility medication, IVF, whatever it is, let me know down in the comments and kind of tell me just a little tidbit about your story. Try to keep it like one paragraph if possible so I can go through and read all of them. I would love to pick a winner from that and send you a special trying to conceive box. I did send someone a trying to conceive box recently. I sent Elena Kane a box, and I can link her video down below. I think it's halfway through the video. She actually opens the box on camera, and I was really glad that she did that because I didn't know she was gonna do it. And so if you're interested in seeing kind of what I got her for her trying to conceive box, it'll be kind of similar, kind of different. But again, I will keep this open for 2 weeks. So if you have friends that are trying to conceive, let them know. So that way you can enter. There's 2 things that I kind of want you guys to do to enter. Hi, baby. The first is to follow me on Instagram. I will leave my account and handle down below. And then the second, I want you to comment on this video right here and leave your little tidbit and little story about trying to conceive. And yes, that will get you in the giveaway. And again, I will keep it open for 2 weeks. Let me give you a date. So today is March, what is today? March 4th. So let's say I will keep it open until March 17th, which is 2 Saturdays from now. So March 17th, it will close. You have chocolate all over your face. But yes, I'm curious to hear you guys' stories, and I am excited to make a box for the winner. So that's all for this video, and we will see you guys in my next one. Bye. Bye.